Today on the train wreck, Al's drone gets a little out of control. Cletus has a Glock, and another edition of The Kids Are Alright. Strap in, it's time for Roley. Okay, so,
Yeah.
let me get this straight. You got a drone.
Yep. I got myself a DJI Mini.
That's really not that important. It's a drone. It's a remote control drone, right?
Right. And I had a lot of fun with it for the first couple of months after, but it stopped working.
It stopped working?
Yeah, but you know, it's really weird because it's connected to something because I can see that it's connected to something. You know how like it's got a camera?
Not really. All I know about drones is watching other people fly them.
Yeah, when they can fly around here.
Right? Yeah, because there's some kind of restrictions or something.
I know, right? That's so weird.
What's weird?
Well, I figured I'd have like a warning or something by now, like either a battery warning or a flight restriction or something, but I ain't got nothing.
How long has this been a thing?
Since about Wednesday or so.
Since about Wednesday.
Right.
So you've been flying something other than your drone since Wednesday.
I mean, I guess.
The hell, man?
Ain't those jobberdoers got cameras? What?
Your drone, idiot. It's got a camera, right?
Yeah.
Ever try looking at it?
Of course I have. Of course I have.
So, what the hell, man?
I don't know. There's nothing there.
There's nothing there.
No, there's nothing.
You mean like static?
No, I mean there's nothing there. You look and it's a camera and it's all flat.
What you're seeing is all flat.
Well, flat and snowy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's not here. I mean, it ain't snowed here this year.
He's right. Yeah. Wait. You said DJI drone?
I thought you said it didn't.
It might. DJI?
Mostly.
What do you mean mostly?
Well, it's a DJI drone, except that it says Momo no no.
Momo no.
Don't do it.
I'm
begging you, man. Don't do it. Momo no no.
Roley? Oh, no.
Momo no no. Do.
God damn it. I'm leaving. Y'all are nuts. Momo no.
Do.
Okay, now we're even. Now, did you buy that off of Amazon?
Wait, there are other stores?
Yes.
Hi, this is this is the Now. It's either Amazon or Taco Bell.
And the 3 seashells?
Never mind. What about them?
Okay, don't worry about it. Can I see your phone?
Why?
That's your controller for the That's your controller for the
Go ahead.
No.
I mean, it is, but
Let me see your phone. Come here.
okay.
Okay. This is the app right here?
Yep.
I'll be damned. It's
Flat.
it's flat, yeah. And it's snowy. Damn, that's well, wait, hang on.
What?
Well, this looks really high up. There's a road down there. Let me does this camera zoom?
I don't know why you want to meet with anybody right now. Oh, sorry. Yes, it does.
Show me.
Okay, it's that button right there. Just hold it.
Okay, and it looks like I can just make out a sign here. It says Kansas City. Al?
What?
Are you controlling that weather balloon?
What?
The Chinese weather balloon. Are you controlling the Chinese weather balloon?
I don't know, man. Let's say hypothetically. Oh, Jesus. Hypothetically, I may or may not have clicked on a link that sent me to a Chinese porn site.
May not have.
Well, right. We'll run with that. It's been weird ever since.
Well, no shit, Sherlock. I mean, you're controlling the weather balloon that everyone's been talking about.
I didn't know.
Only you, Algernon. Only you. Wait. You took the phone back. What are you doing now?
Hang on.
What are you doing, Al?
Trying to see if I can draw a penis with this. There a problem?
Actually, no. Just wait until all these morons hear about these things called satellites. That's really going to piss them off. You know, I remember watching the news coverage of the Columbia disaster back in the day, and I remember I was working. It was a Saturday morning, and watching all of that happen, and they're taking calls from eyewitnesses. And there's one guy in North Texas where the shuttle breaking up is first seen. And he calls in and he swears to the anchor that the shuttle almost hit another plane. And it come to find out that it was a commercial airliner. The shuttle at the point of breakup was at 200,000 feet. The other plane was a commercial airliner, which flies nowhere near that. And this has kind of become stuck in my mind as I hear all manner of Dunning-Kruger specimens talking about shooting down that weather balloon. Now, of course, we've already done that as of the time that I'm recording this. We just shot down that weather balloon. So, we had military aircraft that did that. But I'm talking about these people that, hey, why don't we go ahead and shoot that? With what, Cletus? With your Glock? With an AR-15? Yeah, yeah, right. I get that you guys don't science, but, come on. Wait, what's the Venn diagram of folks thinking they can shoot down a weather balloon at 60,000 feet, anti-vaxxers, flat earthers, and Q adherents? Is that a perfect circle? I'm asking for a country. But actually, if you think about it, these are the same morons that think that arsenal that they've been massing over so many years because, shall not be infringed, is going to win against the federal government or the U.S. military because, the come and take it people. Okay. Sure. You know that story? I'm sure most people have probably read the graphic novel 300 or watched the movie or something. It's supposedly based off historical events, but Xerxes is reported to have written to Leonidas and said, hand over your arms, and Leonidas is reported to have written back, come and take them. And then so the Battle of Thermopylae happened, and 3 days later, Xerxes killed him off and went and took them. They never mention that part. Of course, you know why. It doesn't fit with Meal Team 6's narrative, Come and take him, Molon Labe. No, that's not a lubricant. What? Kids, look, I may not know much. I never confess to being an expert on anything, but I do know this: the nanosecond these idiots get what they've been, prepped for, what they've been prepping for the wet dreams that they've had for decades. There isn't going to be a run on bullets. There's going to be a run on adult diapers because every ding-dang shit-talking member of the Gravy Seals are going to shit their pants. Now, are there true believers out there? Yeah, of course there are. And are they going to try to go out like the martyr they think they are? Hell yes. But are they going to be remembered? Maybe as a Jeopardy question. I emerged from my bunker with a Walmart bought AR-15 and got perforated in the first 10 seconds. Bing. What is some dumb militia fuck, Ken? By the way, you know how hard it is not to say Alex right there? Jesus. One more thing about these stupid fuckers. Don't let yourself get deluded into thinking that these morons that you hear on C-SPAN or talk radio or the loudest fuckers on Twitter are the majority. They're not. They're not. Talk radio, for instance. Here's a little fun fact for you. You may have heard me say it before. 2% of the people that listen to talk radio ever call. Ever. And they just don't call one show. The true believers try to get on as many as they can. Limbaugh used to call them serial callers. They exist, and they also organize, and they also spit out talking points. They're not even trained elephants. They're the excrement that the trained elephants produce. Same thing happens on social media. Only there, and I've been a victim of this, they go around like the Iranian morality police, Chinese water balloon, Chinese water torture, Chinese weather balloon, Iranian morality police. There we go. And they mass report shit they don't agree with for harassment and bullying. So, you know, they know that if they can try to wipe social media of people that disagree with them, they appear dominant on a platform. And when that fails, they go off on their own and make some stupid thing like Truth Social so they can go bitch at each other. But they never get the engagement they were getting on their platform of choice. And also, they also start crying censorship and persecution on the platforms that they've been thrown off of, or that they willingly let. Like Devin Nunes, for example, right? He said, I'm leaving. And I'll be over here on what is it, Truth Social. And by the way, find me on Truth Social. Oh man, Twitter sucks here. I'll be on Truth Social, he says on Twitter. Bullshit, people. It's bullshit. You're all just a bunch of chihuahuas that want to be St. Bernards, and when folks expose you as the shivering little pup that you are, you get big mad. Big mad. You're nothing but a loud, amazingly stupid and tiny minority, and you'll be gone in a generation or so. So stay mad. I'm good with that. Oh, and yeah, I know. I called them the Iranian morality police. That's going to give me some love. They're the American Taliban. Prove me wrong. Or, you know, go fuck yourself. It's one of those two. Choose. So I just want to take a second to recognize something that I think is pretty awesome. And you can file this in the little folder I have over off to the right called The Kids Are All Right. Since September of last year, there is a sizable contingent of high school students that have been showing up at the Virginia Beach school board meetings. Notably, a lot of kids from the high school that I attended. And what they're doing is they're opposing the 2022-2023 model policies. And that phrase is a watered-down way of saying how we're going to denigrate and otherize kids that would like the basic respect of calling them by their preferred name and their pronouns. Now, these kids know something that we all should know, and that is that it takes 0 dimes and 0 time to be kind. But some of y'all don't feel like kids, or anybody else for that matter, deserve basic human respect. So I'm going to tell you all a story. And before I start, I'm going to say right up front that in no way am I trying to compare myself to what some of these kids go through, but I need y'all to listen to me on this because there is a point. I have told y'all countless times that I have never been a fan of my full first name. My full first name is Kristen. And here in the USA, most people think that that is a girl's name. So I tend to shorten it and refer to myself as Chris. However, there was one year where I had the bright idea to try something completely different. During my senior year, I worked at a laser tag place called Photon. And my tag name was Syngyn, Syngyn. It was a riff on the word synergy, and Syngyn, the character, was supposed to represent what that meant in human form. I was really, really sick of hearing my name, and I was really sick of hearing it mangled. And let's be clear about this. I was not a stable human being in high school by any stretch of the imagination. And my hyperfixation that year was to hear my name getting mangled, much less spoken at all, as little as possible. So on the first day of senior year, during roll call in each class, when my name came up, I told each teacher to call me St. John. Now, this was 1987 to 1988, so about 35 years ago. Very, very different time. However, every single teacher and most of the kids in the classes called me by the name that I chose for myself. And they did that because what the hell does it matter what name I want to be called? It doesn't affect them at all, other than the 5 to 10 seconds it might take to process that Chris wants to be called something else now. Oh, okay, whatever. That's the mantra of my generation, right? Here's a fun fact. Some of those people still call me by that name today, even when I've left that part of my life behind. The big difference between me and these kids today is that calling me by a name other than the one that I chose wouldn't have been likely to affect my mental health. I had other reasons for my mental health to be questionable back then anyway. Also, telling my parents that I was being referred to as something other than Chris or Kristen wasn't likely to get me beaten or thrown out of the house. Both of those things happened anyway and had nothing to do with my name, so much as it did the fact that I existed and was in the room at the wrong time. But that's another story for another time. I wasn't likely to kill myself in my situation, but some of these kids are in danger, man. So here comes the question. And I'm going to ask it because while I'm not the same as these kids, believe me when I tell you I have a shit ton of empathy for them. This guy, me, the one with the girl's name, wants to know how Jane wanting to be referred to as Jake or vice versa, or Icarus wanting to be referred to with they, them pronouns fucks up your life so much that you can't find a square inch in your heart to do the right and the kind thing. Why does that offend you so much? I really, really want to know. And before we go down the Jesus hole, you and I have very different ideas about deities. For example, I don't happen to think Jesus condones being cruel to another person. Not any Jesus I would believe in anyway. And I'm not going to get overly spiritual here, but suffice it to say that I think he meets us where we are, not where someone else in a robe or a really bad haircut prefers that we be. So what started out in September with 3 kids speaking up for 3 minutes at a whack has now become dozens of kids showing up meeting after meeting after meeting. And I'm going to tell you what, these kids, they get it. I hope, I really, really hope that this is indicative of the school body as a whole. I suspect that it is. And also, and this is not unappreciated, the students speak respectfully, as opposed to the adult performance artists that show up with their talking points and spew them with a venom that's absolutely shameful and a loudness that would make the Who bat an eye. They do this under the guise of wanting to put parents first, but here's the thing, it's not the parents that need to come first. Parents don't need to be put first. It's a nice slogan, but it's not reality. How often do we hear from teachers about parents who don't participate? I wonder how many of these parents, and by the way, not a lot of these performance artists, not only not parents, but not even city residents. How many of these people don't show up until their tender sensibilities got offended? The kids come first, not the parents. Kids do. Their learning environment, their safety, and their dignity. That comes first. And if we disagree about this, then we got real problems, but don't worry. The kids are all right. They're going to win in the end. If not by legislation, then by straight up attrition. Tick-tock, motherfuckers. Well, I've had enough, haven't you? Let's put this one out of its misery. And hey, before I go, I want to tell you that while a lot of folks are blowing up the show on YouTube, this is a podcast. So go search for Roley on your podcatcher of choice. Go tell your friends and neighbors and other relations about us. Your mom's already a fan, so thank you. Appreciate it. If you need to know this kind of thing, I write and produce this monstrosity, and the music is supplied by Epidemic Sound. Click on the link for Epidemic Sound at chrisroley.com for more details. And also, if you like the show, and Lord knows why, You can get more of whatever this is on Patreon. $5 a month, and we're not going to send Al over to be your friend. And personally, I think that's the greatest value I can give you. He leaves some kind of residue. Anyway, I've known him 30 plus years. I can't figure it out. He leaves it everywhere. It's a kind of a pink goo. I've got social stuff, but the hell with it. Go to chrisroley.com. It's all there, every wretched note of it. Until next time, I'm Roley. Question everything. Everything. Full stop. Stay solid, people. Bye-bye now.